And we're off. Pawncrushers in the white, PJs in the black. Pawncrusher leads off. Instead of taking the pawn, Pawncrusher goes to have that valuable middle space, the center of the board. Then he closes it up and PJ wants to challenge that center of the board, and Pawncrusher wants to protect it. So it's working well for Pawncrusher. Check, bring the knight up. That's fine, because Pawncrusher can move that pawn over towards the center of the board. He's really interested in the center of the board in this game. Now, get rid of that dreaded bishop. Protect the knight from the bishop. Okay, that's detracting from the center, taking a black pawn out of the center. Okay, that weakens the king's position, being protected. Okay, yeah. Could take the black bishop. Decides to retreat. And so Pawncrusher king is now exposed, weakened condition. Challenges the king. Okay, what to do here? He decides to take the bishop. Well, that's not very good. What should he do now? He should move his queen over to protect the knight. But he doesn't do that. He goes the wrong way and leaves that knight out all by itself. Wrong. Big Mr. Bumble. Sorry about that. So I come back with a queen threat. Doesn't want to trade queens, being he's a man behind now. If he goes up there, he could take that pawn because he got the rook down by the king, and that makes at a pin on that pawn, so he could take that pawn. But now he can't take it because of the rook. So it calls check on the king, and so that means the queen has to take it or the king has to move, and Pawncrusher can take the queen. So that was a real good move. That worked out really well for Pawncrusher. Threaten the rook. Now that pawn is pinned. So now he takes that pawn. That still leaves a pretty strong position for black. Okay, so that was an error. Pawncrusher can now take the knight. Just move the king out. So now he could take the other pawn. But if he took the other pawn, he would, PJ would take the pawn, check the king, and be able to take the queen, or the queen would have to go over and block. And so he didn't want to do that. So he's going to allow the checking on the king. So Pawncrusher only has one place to move. Oh, he had two. He can block. So that left space for Pawncrusher to go up and call check on the king. Chase him around a bit, see what can fall out of the woodwork. He's got him down there in a good place. So the next move could be checkmate. Red, the king saw that. PJ saw that. Move the king back. So that didn't work out. Try that again. Well, that's still not working out. So we pin that. So now he's protecting the round square by the king. Because if he called check on the king with the rook, Pawncrusher could just take the rook. Okay. Check. Okay, what's he gonna do now? Gotta do something different. Chasing around isn't working. So he's gonna go out and catch him from the back. And PJ checks the king. It would just be a trade. And in the long run, Pawncrusher having a queen and PJ only having a rook. Pawncrusher probably win that. Okay, so something different called check. King can't go down because the queen must go to the back row. And we have a back row mate. Way to go, Pawncrusher 9. Peace. Don't break the lock.